Hello there, this is MCP TV again, and we're going to be having a look at the Talos principle. This is a very new game, only came out a week or two ago. Sort of came out of nowhere, no real hype about it, wasn't really promoted very heavily. It's made by Crow Team, who are the Serious Sam guys, and it's the least likely type of game you'd expect from the people who make Serious Sam. It's a first-person puzzler, sort of very much in the vein of Portal, in several respects. You basically play as a robot and seem to be stuck in some kind of virtual reality environment. And the background is sort of given to you in dribs and drabs. There seems to have been some kind of experiments going on regarding artificial intelligence. So you've got that sort of that idea, which is very similar to Portal, of strange, mysterious, scientific stuff, and you're somehow the product of it or the victim of it. And so far, it's been very good indeed. Before we show you a little bit of it, this is near the beginning of the game. We're in the central sort of hub area. Looks like the first of several. And basically the idea is each of these doorways leads to a separate environment, and you basically go through little sort of puzzly assault courses to pick up these Tetris pieces, these little Tetronymos here. These Tetronymos unlock certain doorways. Well, there's a doorway back there, and here also we have extra items which unlock these puzzles, which you use the Tetronymos to unlock. So I've done 2 in here so far. I've got this one left. As you can see, we have 2 T's, an L shape, and a squiggly one. And as you can see at the top of the screen here, I'll just highlight that again, it basically lists all of the puzzles you have available and what pieces you need to search out. And we see here we need these 4 pieces. It looks like they are yellow. Now, you can tell it's a Crow Team game when he runs. Very similar to Serious Sam. He's got that weird sort of hyperactive run going. Excuse me. So anyway, as we go through each area, at the moment we're looking for the yellow pieces. So in this section here, there is a yellow L, which is one of the pieces we need. So we're going to go in here and we're going to see if we can grab it. Okay, so as you see, this is one of the virtual environments. All around us, we have doorways to different levels. In each is, you basically go through an assault course to find the relevant piece. As you can see, it's a very sort of idiosyncratic visual style here. This section looks like Greek ruins, and it looks like there's further sections in the game which also look differently. So I'm just going to have a look here and see what this is about, this floating envelope.
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule, write letters to the future, so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm going to make one now. Bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
Alrighty then. So, yeah. Basically, as you go through the levels, you get little bits of story, which seem to be basically from scientists who are working at this institute, or whatever the hell it is, to create artificial intelligence. Now, normally, you would get these bits of information from these terminals that are around the place. You go in, and you'll see here, there's sort of a a choice-based kind of dialogue system. Very much like an old adventure game or more recent Telltale games, where you basically pick various responses. One really cool thing about this is basically it sort of replicates code. So we see here these 3 files that we can select. So we try Ian. Okay, so this is one of the little curveballs that I found very, very early. It seems that these scientists have a bit of an obsession with Jeff Goldblum. Because, you know, who doesn't? Basically, they were trying to find an acronym for their institution. The Institute for Applied Pneumatics. And they came up with Ian, as in Ian Malcolm, as in Jeff Goldblum. So this is basically a little email, an archived email, explaining these scientists and their Goldblum love. We'll look at something else here as well. We put in Talos principle. Okay, so we get some of these as well, which is basically little accounts of Greek legends surrounding Talos, the created man, which clearly ties into the idea of artificial intelligence and presumably you as this robot. So we're getting this in dribs and drabs. Obviously it's all going to become clearer as we go along, and as we progress through the levels we should find more of these little bits of information. So okay, yellow L, we have to go up this way and hook a left. It's a beautiful game. It is really, really pretty. I think it's based off the Serious Sam 3 engine. Actually, I think some of these assets are recognizable from Serious Sam 3. It's a very, very nice looking game. Alright, suicide mission. This one's going to be interesting. So, basically, there's these little sections where it's a bit like an assault course. You have to go through and you have to find the piece you need at the other side. Now, you do have to navigate enemies. At the moment, there are explodable sentries and also machine gun turrets that basically need to be deactivated for you to get past them. Okay, we have our L piece here, so we need to make our way around and find them. Alright, we have a machine gun here. Now, this doesn't seem to be activated at the moment. There's usually sort of a laser scanner thing going on that lets you know that it's active. They'll kill you instantly, same as the sentries. And we may have a sentry around here as well. Now, all you have to defend yourself and to get past them are these jammers. Basically, they will freeze a sentry, they'll deactivate a gun, or they will switch off one of these force fields. Now you can just see we've got a sentry on the other side here. So, let's try removing the force field and just see what happens. Okay. See if I can actually try and sneak around quickly before it gets me. Shit. No, that didn't work. Okay, so I got blown up. When you die, you basically get rewound back to the beginning of the section. There's no lives, there's basically infinite deaths. You don't have to worry about that. It's more purely about puzzling and working out the best way around. So we're going to grab that jammer again, and let's see how else we can do this. Alright, let's just going to drop this for a second. I reckon we need to find a way to switch this turret on. Then we can get rid of the force field, let this little guy come in here and get shot. What we've got to see, though, is where the power line leads to. Here we go. I've got it. Get our jammer. Stick him up here. Okay, we switch on our turret. Here we go, and die. Alright. Might just take the jammer with us. Okay, we are in, and I think that is it. Yeah. Here we go. So there you have it. Fairly sort of simple puzzling so far. It's all very logic-based. Right now, those are the elements you're kind of working with. You've got your sentries, you've got your gun emplacements, your force fields, and basically you use the jammers to deal with them. So it's all fairly straightforward. I suspect as it gets later on in the game, there will be more involved. But so far, even with these basic elements, it's very clever and it's very enjoyable. I'm just wandering around here, just seeing what else I can find. Yeah. Very interesting art style. It is. I mean, in terms of the actual the action, the movement does feel very Serious Sam. I keep expecting one of those headless guys to sort of pop up over the horizon. You know, the ones who go with the bombs. But apparently not. Okay, so we have, see up in the corner here, we have our first piece. We need 3 more. We need 2 T's and a squiggle. Okay, we've got a yellow T in here. So let's go and look for that one. He's not through here. Let's try around the corner. Here we go, yellow T. Alright. Locked me up, swallowed the key. So, let's have a look and see what the dealio is. Okay, so I've got a force field. Okay, jammer here. Alright, we got an emplacement. So, placement over there. Aha, we got a set of keys. So, also we have to unlock something at some stage. Wondering if I can... no. Okay, so that jammer is busy on the door here, so we can't really grab it. But we use the keys. There we go. Fantastic. Alright then. So, what the fuck do we do? Let's try jamming this guy. Here we go. Alright, this is interesting. So, we need an extra jammer to bring down this, this force field. Possibly, there's a ladder over there. We're using one jammer on the gun, and another one on the force field. Ah, I know. Sometimes with these jammers, you have to kind of leapfrog them a little. So if we put on this jammer here, that allows us to grab this one. Fuck you. And... ah, there we go. Alright, so we are good. We're just gonna see what else is around here. There are stars you can pick up as well, which I haven't quite worked out what they're used for. But they are sort of strewn around the level, so we're getting into the habit of looking out for them too. Maybe see what else we have here. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll concentrate on these yellow pieces first. So we need another T, and we need a squiggly. Ah, looks like we can get them all in here, so... ah, here we go, terminal, let's see what's in here. Alright. So, we have a series of files here. Let's try with beginnings and see what comes up for that. There's the grave error of many philosophers, not only of the Athenian schools, but also of many others. To begin not with observation of the cosmos as it surrounds us, but with a conclusion already in mind. And often that conclusion is that the world was created ideal, and mankind itself the greatest creation of the gods. Yet neither the world nor the gods owe mankind perfection. It is arrogance itself to presume so, and contrary to all the methods of philosophy. The honest philosopher seeks only the truth, even if it bears no comfort, and he must begin by assuming, as Socrates said, that all he knows is that he knows nothing. Wise words of Socrates, and also Bill and Ted. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, another email. We've moved to the EL facility. I know it's been sad to leave the good old Jeff building behind, but it makes sense to be on site, especially there may be severe power outages in the coming weeks. Okay, so it looks like these guys moved location at some point. Mail error, let's see what's under here. Really cool touch here as well when you go into the emails and stuff. Excuse me. Still got a bit of a cold from the other week. A lot of these files come up slightly corrupted. So you see here, you have this email, which is sort of broken up with these numbers, which could be a corruption, could be some kind of code, we don't really know yet. Mentioning preserve the non-biological components of something. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, seeing as we know, they seem to be working on some kind of artificial intelligence. Also, if you hit tab, you actually archive all of the text files that you find, so you can go back and look at them at any time.